Welcome back, boys and girls. So today what you're going to need to succeed is your mentor text, a pencil, and a highlighter. Make sure that you have those things ready to go because you will be using all of them today. So go ahead and get those things. Yesterday we talked about context clues and how to figure out what a word means by using the context. So today you are going to be able to say that I can draw on information from text and graphic features to answer a question. Go ahead and turn your mentor text to page 8 and 9. I am going to have you read Passing an Amendment on your own again. Now you can read it for enjoyment, or if you want to read it with a purpose, your purpose can be, what can you infer about how an amendment is proposed? Yeah, how is an amendment proposed? You're making an inference and looking for a reason to answer that question and how to answer that question within your reading. All right, pause the video here, go ahead and reread it, and then unpause to continue. Okay, so we're going to take a look at text and graphic features. You are going to highlight important text, make the text easier to understand, organize it. It organizes information, adds new information. So let's take a look. I'm going to move myself around so I'm not in the way. Authors use text features to present ideas visually. So sometimes I'm a much more visual learner. I can take a look at a picture or a graphic, and that helps me to learn the information a little bit better. It allows readers to see their ideas. So you get it. You can take a look at, what are these authors thinking? And it makes it more interesting. It's kind of more fun to look at the text and graphic features. Okay, so we're going to name that text feature. So take a look at the feature that I've popped up. And it says The Amazing Human Body. You're talking about the title of the book. So the title tells about what the text is about. Sometimes I choose a book that way. If I like the title, I'll pick up the book. And then you've got a photograph and an illustration. Now you can definitely see that the photograph is actually a real life photo, whereas an illustration is a drawing. But it provides us with visual information. Okay, so now we have a caption. The captions explain the photographs. So that caption says, this is a side view of a human brain. It just tells us, the readers, what we're looking at. A diagram. It shows how processes work. So if you take a look at that diagram, it's of the eyeball. You've got the eyelid, the iris, the pupil, and the retina. Now you have a table. Tables are charts. They organize data in rows and columns. So I have a table and a chart up there, and it's organizing the data. How much does your heart beat? The human body is made of. And it talks about those things. It's giving you a visual to look at. I'm in the way of this one. A sidebar. So the sidebar, it provides high interest or extended information. It gives a little bit more and makes it more interesting for the readers. So it gives you kind of those fun facts. And then you've got your timeline. Your timeline shows a series of events in sequential order. So in the sequence of how everything works. So this one talks about how long does it take a broken bone to heal. Okay, so let's take a look at this. If an amendment is ratified by state legislatures, what can you infer about how that amendment was proposed? Well, let's see here. Amendment is ratified. Wonder what that could mean. So, you've got your visual, and it's a graphic of how the amendment process works. So that's step 2. It says amendment is ratified. And it says it was proposed by Congress by a 2/3 vote in both houses. Well, we know from yesterday's reading that you have to have that to help an amendment to be put into the Constitution. Then it says it was proposed at a national I think that's supposed to say convention, called by Congress when requested by 2/3 of the state legislatures. So, what can you infer just about looking at that graphic? Well, I can infer that an amendment that is ratified by state legislatures was proposed by Congress or a national convention. And we got all of that just by taking a look at this graphic. Your turn. I want you to pause the video. And you're going to use text features on pages 8 and 9 to answer the question. What can you infer about how most amendments to the Constitution have been proposed? You're going to circle that evidence with your pencil or with your highlighter. So go ahead and pause the video and use those text features by circling them to answer the question, what can you infer about most amendments to the Constitution, about how most amendments to the Constitution have been proposed? Okay, take a look at the picture. It says the only constitutional convention was held in 1787. It says, what can you infer about how most amendments to the Constitution have been proposed? And I underlined that. Have been proposed. So based off the caption, we can infer that most amendments to the Constitution have been proposed by Congress. Since there has only been one national convention. Sorry, I missed that part. One national convention, we can infer that most amendments to the Constitution have been proposed by Congress. All right. So, here we go. Evaluate yourself. Remember, our focus today was that I can draw on information from text and graphic features to answer a question. So, are you a 1? I'm still confused. Are you a 2? I can do it with help. Are you a 3? I can do this on my own. Or are you a 4? I got this. I can teach it. So, think about that. And then we're going to wrap up for today. I hope you guys have a great morning, evening, whenever you're doing this, and we will see you soon.